Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be Angel Has Fallen, starring Gerald, Butler, Morgan Freeman. Let's get into it. So, if you've been following the series, this is the trilogy. This is the third installment from Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen, where character Mike Bannon, played by Gerald Butler, is a CIA agent, and he's a damn good one. Always been looking to get out the field. Never really can find his way to get out the field. Always somehow get caught in the mix. So that's been the storyline for each movie. So this one, off of all the things he's experienced, he is now experiencing concussions and light insomnia. He's taking pills to function, but he's the lead CIA agent to protect the president. And the movie starts off where he's at a practice facility, but it's like live action, like real Call of Duty type, where he's going through this simulation, and an old friend of his is basically having him test his guys out that he barked this facility, and they use practice like real world life situations. So he had him come in and get through the simulation, and when he went through the simulation, the dude's men was like half doing the simulation, so he was going hard because you gotta take it serious. Meanwhile, at this time, Mike is married now. He has a wife and he has a daughter. And the president, there is a seat for the director of the CIA coming up, and he doesn't really want to take it because he's really a field guy. But in the same regard, he's not 100%. That's not good. Where at any given time you could blank out, or you're not sleeping properly, and you got concussions and stuff like that. So the fun begins where the president wants to go out, do a fishing trip, and the setup begins. So you've seen the trailers where basically Mike is getting set up, and they have these drones go out, and they really off all the men and pretty much make everybody believe that Mike set this whole thing up. And the president goes into a coma, played by Morgan Freeman. And you kind of, the character that was Mike's friend, you kind of already, this dude, he's a slime ball and all the characters he plays. So right off the bat, when you find out that's his friend, if you watch a lot of movies, you're like, yo, my man's a greaseball in majority of things I've seen him in. So I know he's going to be a greaseball. So you already know he's behind the setup. And they put the drones out, wiped out all the men. The president barely survived. He was in a coma. Meanwhile, Mike, when he came to, he's been pretty much demonized. That he's the villain. He set this whole thing up. They put a fake account saying that he was going to be paid $10 million, and they was exposing his having concussions and stuff like that to his wife. And so the ball begins, and then once he came to in the hospital, he wanted to see the president. They informed him all this, and then they said, you're going to be transported to another location. In walks the lead FBI agent, cameo, Jada Pinkett Smith. So she plays as the lead FBI agent, and she's asking them questions, giving them their third degree. And then in his transport, this where they took a page out of, I don't know if you guys seen Harrison Ford in the movie Fugitive, but basically this is another rendition of Fugitive. During this scene, it don't happen like that, but like the whole kind of running from the law, escaping from the law and stuff like that. So his friend that got the militia group, they infiltrate and intercept his transport. and then they pit him in a car, and he started pit two to two together. So when they said we're in the rendezvous point in like 3 minutes, he bum rushed them. Of course, they rookies, so he killed all of them in the car. Then he took their masks off. He seen one of the dudes that he told, like, you when he was in the simulation, that hey, you was basically you wasn't putting your all into the simulation, and he seen that dude underneath the mask, so that automatically told him who was behind everything, and they was waiting for him to finish him off. So that's where the ball begins, and they pretty much like, we need to find everybody he knew. Meanwhile, he goes and finds, well, he already knew, he finds his dad, which is Nick Nolte, who's been living off the grid in the middle of the forest. And he was an old vet. He left Mike and the mom and Mike's younger years, and he lived off the grid and had his own water system, food supply system, and he was in the military too. So you already know, he booby trapped the whole area. So when the militia group came in looking for him, he had an underground tunnel that came out behind all the men. He was blowing them up with the bombs. He had bombs everywhere, and then Mike was plucking off a couple of people or whatever. And then pretty much from there, it was almost like he was going to dip off again, but then you find out that while Mike was going to go save the president, because he knew the president would still be under attack, he goes in to protect the daughter, the mom, and his wife, Mike's wife and daughter. So pretty much from there, that's what happens. This was a darn good movie. Most trilogies start to fade off, and you're like, oh man, why are they still making these movies? But this was a good one. It was better than part 2, in my opinion. It was better than London Has Fallen, and it could potentially go neck and neck with Olympus Has Fallen. In a sense, if it, I can see how I could go, neck and neck with that one. So definitely a good movie. Definitely you'll enjoy it. You go see it in the movie theater. I gave you enough of the story, and pretty much you can see the rest. There is a one little post credit scene that you can stay tuned after. Like it's kind of like right after the credits start rolling. And my 4-star rating system, I'm gonna give this it's a decent film. I'm gonna give this 3 out of 4 stars. 3 out of 4 stars out of my 4-star rating system. Definitely a decent film. Salute to Gerald Butler. It was a good movie. Subscribe and like the video, share the video, like the video again. Till next time.